That's a big toolbox. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on something kind of big, kind of complicated, and it's really, really fun to make. Taking me back a few years to when I made my first porch swings that aren't going on porches, and these porch swings are also not going on porches, so it kind of is fitting. Upping my game a little bit this one, I'm using cypress that is rough cut and is way more expensive than the other stuff I used, which was actually free. Let's get into it. This is lumber, 2 cypress boards that are absolutely humongous. This one is 14 feet long, and this one is 12 feet long. Walnut, maple, walnut, mahogany, walnut, maple. Anyway, let's start laying it out and cutting it out. Oh, it's heavy. Amazingly enough, I actually made templates for the pieces the last time I made this swing. Nasty crack edge on this side. Right here, I leave a nice usable chunk, but probably not for this project. I can get out of one section, so let's make that a little bit long, and we'll call those seat support. One more section of this ginormous board. That long. We can make it a tiny bit narrower. It looks kind of wide anyway. Wider here than it is here, so that would be kind of nice if it was just a smoother curve. You cannot see that pencil line at all. Right there. Let's see if this thing can cut it. That's a big cut. I don't know. Well, my radio alarm saw just died. Absolutely nothing happening. GFCI didn't pop, breaker didn't snap. Nothing's wrong with it, it just isn't working. I think it bogged and it actually killed the motor, I think. It's not working, which is the important thing for me. Figure out what's wrong with it or buy a new one. I would like to have an old DeWalt, because, you know, DeWalt's are the original. And they're all really cool to me. Use it too much and not have one. There's a fuse in there somewhere, but I never saw the fuse. I think it's just dead. If you're wondering what this thing actually looks like, I will show you a picture of it right here. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay. I wrote down every cut that I made on the originals, which is really weird for me. 57 inches, 3 inches less than 5 feet. Outside edge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 times 3, that's 15. When I originally designed this, I made it out of 2x6s that I already had. Because I already had them and I had a bunch of them, it didn't really matter what size anything was or what lengths I had on my need. I could just go get more and they were just scrap or whatever. So I thought this would be plenty. Turns out it's not. I've got it laid out so it's pretty efficient. I'm only going to have to cut some crossways out of the 2x1 to get 1.5" stuff, or to get 1" stuff. That's fine, whatever. I'm going to cut it up with a circular saw now because my radio alarm saw is dead, so that's fun. And we're going to use almost this entire $187 board for this single board. Don't know if I'm going to be buying cypress again. That is, yep, out of it. Remember, never cut rough sawn lumber on the table saw.
Okay, now our 1x is actually 1x, so now we're going to work on our 2x and make it actually 2x, well, in the generic sense.
Because right now it actually is 2x, we're going to make it less than 2x.
But we should go up 1.5" by, wouldn't that make more sense? Now, for this particular build, we do not have to go all the way down to 1.5". But I kind of want to because I feel like anything else would look very, very heavy. Okay, 2x's done, now we're on to actual 1" 1x, which hopefully we can get it really close to 1 inch. I don't know, but it's supposed to be 1 inch thick, and it already is a little bit over 1 inch thick. 1.1. We have 1/10 of an inch to take off both sides to make it clean. So it's gonna be like 2 passes. Lower the killing machine here a little bit better, and we're gonna cut all these pieces down 1.5" inch wide. This is going to be cut in half. It's going to be the back pieces, and these are going to be the seat pieces. that makes your seat. Okay, pile of wood, game plan. Let's get this one up because it's super simple. It'll make me happy to have it done. So let's cut that. Next, let's do the bandsaw work. Again, this is memory from like 4 or 5 years ago. I think this is a 10-degree angle. I think. These are the armrests. I did not cut this chunk out, and because that chunk is going to wrap around this side piece. That's going to be the armrest, so you can kind of see how that's going to work, right? Okay. In order to figure out how this back piece is going to work, we're going to have to lay it out because I changed a couple dimensions. I was really not certain. Obviously, it's been years since I did this. So we're going to put one of these, which is the side piece, next to here. And I believe they actually come, and this piece goes down here somewhere. 16 and a half, well, that's way too far. Level there on top, and then it'll have a cut in to make it look nice. This board, I meant to make this a 6-inch board too. It's fine. All the other ones are like this, but I just kind of liked how it looked when it was longer. So I don't know if I actually ever did it an inch cut in. So this is actually going to be popped over. And there's pegboard in the way. Wow, this wood draws amazing. I'm being sarcastic. It does not draw amazing. Kind of nice, actually. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to copy up how low it goes at a certain distance from the end so we can get some rough lines over there, and then we can just sketch it again. It'll be close enough. Or we can cut this scrap out, flip it over, and use it on that side. That sounds way easier. Let's just do that. I'm going to use this big hole saw to make the hole cut like how it looks. Good size. I'm going to go the slowest speed. Move my belt so I'm on the slowest speed I can be. I don't like how it looks, but I think on the overall it will add some visual interest, some architecture to it, so I'm fine with it. I don't think I ruined it. It just didn't really add much for me. Now we're going to go over to the belt sander and we're going to sand all these parts to get them actually smoothly the shape they're supposed to be. I really, really wish I had a spindle sander so I could do these flat and then sand these square. But I do not have a spindle sander, so I'm going to use the belt sander, and it's going to work probably faster but less accurate. So these are the parts that need to have a 1/4 inch round over put on them, and that is the singular part that does not. Would you look at that? It's already got a 1/4 inch round over on it. Every corner is going to get a round over because it just looks nicer. Set up a stop at 15 inches. Whole bunch of pieces that need to be 57 inches long, so we're going to set a stop. 457. For those that are unenlightened, this is a shousmith. And it is mediocre at pretty much everything it does besides being a lathe. It is also shockingly good at holding up a router table. As a table saw, it is miserable. And one other thing that it does do reasonably well is drilling horizontally, which is quite difficult to do with the drill press regularly. It makes sense, I'll give it that. It's got a good fence. Another thing that's weird about the headstock being set and won't be able to move is the fact that the table has to move to change the height, especially for a table saw. That is really sketch to me. In 1938, when they invented this thing, it was okay, I guess. Press that in, that's marked. And then we're gonna go back around and we're gonna mark it again. So now, so we know it's not centered because the marks don't line up. Right in between those, there's a line that is dead center. 100% professional setup for drilling horizontal holes. There is no drill press speed, so we're gonna go until it sounds nice, huh? Now that all those are centerboard, they're done, actually. And when they're all slotted up with glue, I've never seen one twist. On the 3 that we have here that have been through parties and kids swinging them and kicking them and banging on them and banging them together and all kinds of stuff, never seen one twist out. I had some wood that was already rotten when I built those swings, and those ones have fallen out, but the solid ones are still solid to this day after several years of heavy, heavy use, so I'm pretty confident it's not going to move. Middle of that one, middle of that. 3 marks. 1, 2, 3. 8, 9, yes. I should have drilled these holes before because now I have nothing to push against with this beautiful curvy piece, which is fine. I can figure it out. I'm just gonna have to be pushing this direction and put a fence here and here. I'll figure it out. Now we know we have this depth here, actually. So we want to drill. I'm glad I did that because this is inch thick, not 3/4 of an inch thick, so we need to change the thickness of depth. Oh, come on. It doesn't fit. So thank you, Shopsmith, for being so good at drilling holes horizontally. And that's basically all you're good at. Now those are some cool looking parts right there. These things are just so woodworky, you know? Like some things, it seems like some projects are just like, this is woodworking or this is carpentry. Like this is just like, it's classic, it's amazing. We're gonna just type on 3, waterproof glue. I have not, if I had any serious structural problems with the other things I made, I would use epoxy to put these together, but I haven't honestly had really any problems with them, so I'm just going to leave it with the glue, and I think it's going to be totally fine. Inside, because this piece is on the outside, this glue's kind of funny. It's a lot whiter than the lower grade glues. It's got some grains in it. I'm not sure what's up with that, but it is definitely waterproof. We're going to see how Cypress screws. Ah, it's cracked. Yep, let's pre-drill. Everything. Can you see it? Can you see it yet? Yeah, porch swing, huh? Seems like with my vast intellect, I should be able to figure out a way to cut these dowels to length quickly without using the miter saw and blowing things up. I haven't figured anything out yet. I always use Japanese saw, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get 34 out of these now. I should be able to. Cut them and mark them with the next dowel. That's probably what I did last time. The depth is 0.976, so there's 1.814. Double of that, go to 1.814. This one might be a little bit coarse for this, actually. Last time I did birch because I had birch, but birch is not that rot resistant. Oak is actually fairly rot resistant, so that's what we're going to use. That's really slow. Now we have 34 pins and admittedly much neater stacks than they need to be. Oh, it's hard to carry 34 pins at once. These, attach them on this piece. On the dowel, that's actually like a lot of glue, but anyway. We'll put some glue in the hole too, like a lot of glue in the hole. Put a little bit of glue there. kind of what you want it to look like. That way you know you got a really good joint. Very good. All this stuff gets a little bit more interesting when you have to put on the other side. Okay, there it is. It looks really good, actually. This needs to go on the back pieces. Fully assembled and dry now. This piece with this little notch in it is the cut for the middle, and that is going to decide how high this thing goes. There. Pre-drill. If I haven't already said that I'm an idiot, I'm an idiot. I put that on backwards. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. That is 100% backwards. Holes should be in the right places. That's not a big deal, but... And this needs to have a notch cut in it, which it does not have cut in it. They're just like that. Hey, now you can see it. All three supports are in. Start dumping the good stuff on here, huh? Makes me happy. I don't want to set up the drill press. I'm just gonna hand drill. There had to be 11, didn't there? Tack one in the front. This one will have to move because you'll never get the spacing right, but here, oh, this is a T20. This one with a big knot in it to be right in the back. I think I'm gonna actually go to epoxy fill it, which would be kind of neat. Glue, glue, glue. Now, last time I did these small pieces that go around the curve on the front, I finish nailed them on. I don't really want to do that again. I probably should, because it's probably just going to be a disaster to try to put these big screws in there. But I'm going to drill them all out on the drill press, because it's going to be easier. And then I'm going to put the screws in, so there should be no stress. This is the part that really brings in the pizzazz, you know? These are directional, look at that. Big reveal. Screws no way. Whoop. Hey, that looks pretty good, actually. Ah, just messed it up. Oh, a bit fell out. It's a lot of manufacturing on that one piece right there. Table saw, planer, miter saw, drill press for the hole saw, and then hand drill for the hole saw. Router, drill press again to drill holes, and drill to counterstick, and I'm going to use the drill again, or the impact driver actually, to put in the screws. We're going to countersink these screws a little bit on the top, and we're going to stick some dowels in there to make it a little bit nicer. Look at that! Porch swing. Press it on. Kind of sketch, but it does work pretty well. Let's see how tight I did. It's pretty tight. Hopefully that won't come out. One thing I almost forgot is this piece here, which is not in yet, obviously, but it's very, very, very important. If you don't have this thing, the whole thing will sag. I originally just put supports that screwed into here on both sides and didn't run all the way through, and that didn't work. Those ones sagged, so then I ended up screwing a giant, like 2x6 basically on the bottom, and that kept it from sagging. But the one I did this on, one continuous spanner, that worked. Just like that. It keeps the whole thing from sagging. I'm not really sure how it works because it's not really that strong of a piece just looking at it, but it does keep it from sagging. Somehow with the tension in between the top and the bottom of this piece, it works. I don't really care how it works, I just know that it works. Okay, as far as woodworking goes, this bench is completely done. I'm not going to be standing it personally, and drilling the holes is super simple, and mounting the hardware is super simple. I'm just going to drill through here, I'm going to put an eye hook, I'm going to drill through here, and we're going to have a big eye hook that goes through there as it's going to hang. Very simple. You can figure that out on your own, I'm sure, if you were building one of these. I'm also going to be epoxy filling this knot over here, but you don't care about that. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it so much that you came all this way, you should subscribe because all my videos are pretty much as good as this one. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one.